All right, folks, here we are with our third week. So we've done weeks 1 and 2 at the conclusion of week 2. And by the time you guys watch this video, week 2 will have concluded, meaning your narrative essays are submitted. They are in. I got a chance to look at some of your rough drafts. And just as a side note here, due to the high volume of students I have this term and due to the high volume of rough draft submissions I get, the comments on the rough drafts are going to be pretty general and global in nature. I don't necessarily have the time to take a fine-tooth comb and go through each and every little micro detail of your essay. So when you guys get these things back, these rough drafts, they're going to be large, overarching comments, okay? General pointers, okay? So that's what you guys got, those of you who submitted a rough draft check. So those will be turned around to you in 2 weeks. Essays typically take 2 weeks to turn around. Class homework assignments typically take a week to turn around. Speaking of class homework assignments, your first ones on George Orwell, Bonnie Smith Yackle, Shooting an Elephant, My Mother Never Worked, and the SCC exercises on narration have been graded and submitted. I'll ask you all, going forward, the SCC exercises especially, please follow those instructions to the T, okay? If you ever have any questions needing clarification, maybe you think the instructions in the SCC text are a little ambiguous or misleading, go ahead and email me or ask Mr. Churchwell, and he and I will have a discussion about it, and I'll offer whatever clarification I can. So speaking of, this week we get back in to SCC. This time we are doing our second mode of discourse. We're moving from narration to description now, okay? So you have two descriptive essays to read this week. E.B. White's Once More to the Lake, a personal favorite of mine, and Bickman Wynn's Goodbye to My Twinkie Days, okay? So you're going to read those two. I have discussion questions attached, similar to the first batch we had with the Orwell Smith Yackle readings. Okay, so this time, instead of narration telling a story focusing on a life-changing moment, we are focusing on describing people, places, and things. So evocative, imagistic language. If any of you are poets in this course, or if you are creative writers by nature, description is going to be your wheelhouse, I would think, okay? So the essay isn't going to be due until September the 8th, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. But it's not too soon to think of a topic for your descriptive essay. It's going to be a person, a place, or a thing. So think of your person, place, or thing now. And if you want to shoot me an email asking me, hey, is this a good thing? Say you want to describe your grandmother, okay, or your favorite family summer vacation spot. And you'll see in the E.B. White story a favorite family vacation spot, okay? Go ahead and let me know. Email me, and I'm happy to sign off on anything you guys are thinking about. So we have our latest crop of SCC exercises on description. You have Once More to the Lake and Goodbye to My Twinkie Days to read with the discussion questions there. Also this week is a new assignment feature called the Journal, or Journals, okay? There's a separate folder in Blackboard, Journals. Unlike the blogs, which are voluntary, you can do the blogs once I post them, and not all of you, a handful of you, decided to do the blog. That's fine. It's voluntary. You don't have to do it. But remember, when you do the blog, there'll be about 3 to 4 opportunities for you to do that. You will get bonus points on your final essay, okay? Upwards of like 10 points if you do all of the blogs, okay? So it does behoove you to do them. You don't have to, though. But with the journal, you do have to do the journal, okay? Our first journal, we have a journal for each mode of discourse. So our first journal, appropriately enough, is for narration, the narrative, okay? This, like the other two assignments for the week, is due by the end of the week, Sunday the 1st. And all the journal asks you to do, think of a journal, kind of like a diary, a little personal account. But what you're doing here, my instructions are for you to answer, why is narration or storytelling such a critical human endeavor? Why is storytelling such an integral human activity? What's the point? Why do we tell stories? Okay, you could think of this in a more expansive way, not just in terms of literature or essays or novels. Movies. Aren't movies stories? Something is happening in a movie. There is a plot with characters and setting. Movies are its own iteration of a story. Okay? Why see a movie? Why read a story? Why listen to a song? Oftentimes songs are, especially lyrical songs, are oftentimes concerned with telling a story, relaying an account of events in some way. So the journal is just asking you to say, what's the big deal? Why do this whole storytelling business in the first place? Okay. And it asks you to do this in about 2 to 3 paragraphs. Okay. You should try to be as error-free with grammar and punctuation. Okay. If you guys ever need brushing up on your grammar, commas, semicolons, the textbook SEC has some of these explanations of these things. So does the handbook, the MLA OWL handbook. Plus you have the Writing Center resource in Blackboard as well. You also have the NetTutor resource as well. Before you submit anything in this class, if you want to go check it through NetTutor or engage with the Writing Center, use these resources, okay? This is all to say that in the journal, you should strive to be as error-free as you can. Capitalize the first-person pronoun I whenever you use it. Guys, this is not text messaging we're doing here, okay? This is professional academic writing, okay? You're not communicating with me as though I were your pal or mom or whoever else, okay? So make sure you revise and proofread and edit your writing before you send it off, okay? We all make mistakes. Some things are going to escape your study, your review, your revisions, but some of you are trying harder than others, let's say, okay? A little feedback, too, in that regard, now that I've read a good bit of your work from a few assignments by now. Some of you are being more thorough and substantive than others, okay? It's fine if you just meet the bare requirement of what I'm asking you to do, but those who go above and beyond, their grades are going to reflect that they've gone above and beyond, okay? Let's just, while we're on the subject here, talk about the hierarchy of grades, A, B, C, D, and F. I'll tell you what I think each one is worth, a little explanation of each. A, to me, means great to excellent. Before you submit anything in this class, ask yourself, is what I've just written great to excellent? We know what these words mean, great to excellent, okay? To me, a B means good to great. Following this, C means okay, average. You did just what you had to do, the bare minimum. D means need serious improvement. F, unacceptable. Okay? 0, you didn't do it, or I can't find it, or something went wrong. I don't have your assignment. Okay? So before you ever submit something in this class, ask yourself, is it great to excellent? A, is it good to great? B, is it just good enough? Okay. C, did I just punt on this one? It's clear, I'm just trying to pin something off and send it to get it in there. D, I really just don't care, whatever. F, I didn't do it at all. I really don't care. Goose egg, 0, okay? So, always strive to go further than you are comfortable going if you want to get an A in the class. Simple enough, I'd say, okay? All right, guys, so I think that is the conclusion of the video. This is going to be, at the end of the week, the third week in the books. Okay, we're on to description. We're done with narrative. This week you have your journal, your SCC exercises, and your two descriptive essays, I should say, to read in the reader as well. All right, and I think that is time for me to sign off. Peace, folks. Enjoy your third week. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.